everyone who's joining us. We'll just give a few more minutes for everyone to get logged in, and then we can begin. Thanks everyone for joining us tonight, and hope everyone's having a good evening and staying safe and staying healthy. Hope everyone who's a student has had a least stressful as possible start to the school year in whatever form that might be in, and just appreciate having everyone on the call tonight and look forward to chatting a little bit about some opportunities that we have available for you as you're beginning the school year. So we'll just wait one more minute. Hi everyone who's in the chat. If at any point you do have questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I can't hear you, but if you wanted to ask a question as we're going through or just say hello, feel free to put something in there. Cool, so we can get started and then we'll have some people maybe jump on in the coming minutes, but it's great to have everyone here tonight. My name is Callie Roberts. I'm going to be the presenter this evening for this webinar. I am an International Programs and Partnerships Manager with United Planet. We are a nonprofit organization that is a partner of the National Society of High School Scholars. We've had a great relationship, with our partnership, being able to offer different unique opportunities to NSHSS members, including scholarships and discounts to participate in some of our international and online programs. So excited to share about those with you today and, just hopefully get you excited about some of the opportunities we have available in the unique programs for NSHSS members. But yeah, so the topic tonight will be about how to balance a virtual internship experience with the school year and how you can have a meaningful real life experience while in school. And this session will really be kind of catered to and focused around United Planet's programs and the virtual internship and volunteer programs that we are offering in this fun and exciting program that we've launched, since the pandemic has really caused all of our in-person travel programs that we're typically running to be suspended, until things get a little bit better. So focusing tonight uniquely on the programs that we have available. So different topics that we'll be talking about, starting out with why you should consider a virtual program and talking through, what that even means. We'll talk in more detail about United Planet's virtual programs in general and the kind of different details and logistics around our programs. And at the end, really finishing with some conversation pieces around how can you balance a virtual internship experience with the school year? Because I know, this is a unique and crazy time for so many of us, and you have a lot on your plate and a lot that you are juggling. And so just discussing how you might even be able to fit this kind of program into your kind of routine with the school year. So just to get started, as I mentioned, we'll go into, reasons and kind of thoughts around why you should consider a virtual program. And first off, of course, we just kind of want to define what is a virtual volunteering or a virtual internship program. And this is a definition we've really created, and a virtual volunteer or internship program is a remote experience where volunteers and interns support host organizations or projects in achieving their mission and community impact through virtual project support and online work tasks. And so that can look like a lot of different things. It might be helping with online marketing and social media promotion. It might be helping with lesson plan creation and online teaching if you're working with educational program. It might be doing research and outreach and advocacy for health campaigns. But it's really just how can you work with a global organization in different tasks that can easily be done and supported online. Oop, we skipped a slide. There we go. So kind of just want to define what is the difference between a volunteering program and what is an internship. And again, this is a definition that we've really created and I think is pretty unique to our programs. And so virtual volunteer quests, as we call our programs, are a great opportunity for individuals to get matched with a global project to assist with those daily operations and projects according to your own unique skills and experiences, as well as matching you to communities that have specific needs that align well. And so really helping you get set up with a global project, providing all the pre-program support, all the introductory calls and meetings necessary with your global project, and then the support and the follow-up and kind of just the continued support that you receive throughout the program. But then the virtual internship program goes the next step And for this program, there's a little bit more add-on assignments and activities and requirements in order to consider it a virtual internship. And so some of those things include outlining learning objectives and goals as it relates to the project work. So really taking the time before you even start your program to think about what are some learning objectives, what are some goals, kind of what is the plan that you have for yourself as you start this program. And this is something that you actually talk through and work on with your project manager and your program manager with United Planet. And then for the internship program, you also do complete mid and final reflection assignments. So having the chance to look back on your experience and do reflections. The form is pretty flexible. So if you're a writer and you want to do a final essay, if you're a visual person and want to make a final video, or art project, whatever it is, but just kind of looking at some different reflection points and topics and being able to address those. And then we also have interns working collaboratively with their project supervisors to finish out mid and final internship evaluations, where you can get personal and professional feedback from your site supervisors, as well as gain give feedback about the site itself and how your internship experience was for you. And then through our program specifically, interns have the chance to gain course credit through our relationship with Portland State University. And so if you were interested in actually gaining college course credit, internship credit for your experience abroad, then this is something that you can also add on to the program. So some of those little, few elements do make the internship a little bit more of a heightened experience than just a regular volunteering program. And so some questions as you're considering a virtual internship that you want to ask yourself is, why should I even think about volunteering, or why should I even think about interning? I have so much going on. Why add one of these types of programs to my plate? And one thing that we're really stressing is that volunteer and internship programs really allow you to stand out and just become, an even stronger candidate in your kind of future with colleges, with jobs. This is a quote that we have from an article that was posted on Forbes.com. And it says, according to a professionally executed survey of 264 admission leaders at U.S. colleges, 58% of these admission personnel said they agreed that a student's community service experience has a positive impact on his or her acceptance to our higher education institutions. And so this is really just, one reason why you should consider a virtual volunteer and internship program. But there are other reasons as well. Why should you consider a virtual or any volunteer internship experience, but, specifically talking now about a virtual program. And some other additional reasons of why you should consider this. It also shows, to whoever it might be, the college admissions counselors, people that you're looking to get a job from, anyone who it might be, that you're likely to be active on campus and in life outside of class, that you're more likely to contribute to a university's mission or a job or an organization's mission, that you have a strong level of civic awareness, that you have empathy for others, and that you are someone who cares about current issues, and that you have topics that you're passionate about. And so it shows that you're taking the extra step to get involved in areas that, demonstrate some of these things like empathy and passion. And so, like I said, why volunteering or why an internship? That also begs the question of why would you even do this virtually? And this is definitely a new topic, virtual volunteering. What does that even mean, or a virtual internship? But these are just some reasons that, you can definitely consider doing a virtual program. So just kind of going through them. At the moment, it shows that you have a commitment to personal growth amidst the challenges created by the COVID-19 pandemic. And this is kind of specifically related to the fact that a lot of in-person and volunteer and internship experiences have been canceled or postponed due to the pandemic. And so, maybe you personally had summer internships or summer jobs or summer community service projects lined up that weren't able to be fulfilled because of the pandemic. And so doing a virtual volunteer or internship experience shows that, with this extra time or this craziness that's going on in the world, you took that step to get involved in something meaningful and relevant, and that just, I think, makes you stand out. And then, of course, virtual experiences allow for a safe experience from home because you'll be social distancing, you'll be, at home where everyone really is right now. Virtual experiences give access to domestic and global projects and teams while travel remains suspended. And so because you can't even go to a lot of these places and projects, you still have access to get to know the teams and the projects wherever they are. And then one thing that we didn't even think about, really in the beginning, our programs were created because, typically people can't travel, they can't go anywhere, the projects are closed, they're not receiving volunteers. So transitioning to this virtual space, but we've had so much participation from individuals, especially students who may not always have the means or the time to travel abroad to do an in-person volunteer or internship program. And so virtual experiences have allowed these opportunities to become a lot more accessible. And so that's something that we're very excited about, and just something that we're interested in carrying out long-term, even as our travel programs start to reopen. And one thing that we presented on in our last NSHSS webinar was kind of the 5 benefits of a virtual internship. And so kind of looking at some of the top reasons why we think you should do a virtual internship, and that's kind of where we were today, why you should consider a virtual internship program. And so in that session, these were the five reasons that we went through to gain real-life international work experience, to broaden your global perspective and ability to collaborate with international teams, to develop 21st century skills. And these are skills that are defined as what is needed to be career ready and successful in an internet age, in a technologically connected world. And so some of those skills examples are problem solving, creativity, leadership, initiative, so a lot of different skills that you can develop. This is also a time to boost your professional resume and credentials. Like I said, many programs, opportunities you might have had lined up got canceled. And so using this time while you're at home to still, have experiences and opportunities that you can add to your resume, as you're applying for college and other things. And then also learning to use innovation and technology to drive social change. And so overall, these are just some reasons why, should you consider a virtual internship program or virtual volunteering? What does it even mean? What are some of the benefits that you might have from joining a program like this? And so next, we really want to talk about what are United Planet virtual Quest programs. And Quest is a term that we kind of assign to any of our volunteer internship programs, both abroad as well as online, and then any duration. Our programs run in person from 1 week to 1 year, and the virtual programs run 1 month to 6 months. And so the Quest kind of term just refers to anything that's program-based. And so just quickly talking about United Planet, like I mentioned in the beginning, we are a nonprofit organization. We're based in Boston, Massachusetts. And as a nonprofit organization, that means that we are mission-driven. And our mission as an organization is to create a global community, one relationship at a time. And we do that by connecting volunteers and interns with global projects where they can give back, they can learn about themselves, they can immerse in a new culture, they can get outside of their comfort zone. And so that's really what is so meaningful to us as an organization. And just talking about some of the different programs that we run, all of these are local, are online, and our in-person programs are aimed at addressing shared challenges. And we define shared challenges as topics and things that are prevalent and, in every part of the world. And there's challenges, there's successes, but it's just kind of topics that, no matter where you are, there's going to be children education and global health and environmental sustainability. And so the different programs that we run are local programs. We have in-person programs in the US at the moment. And so people from around the world can travel to Boston, where we're based, but also different locations and projects throughout the country that we have to participate in local volunteer opportunities. We have our online program, which up until our virtual Quest program was really just a virtual exchange program where we were connecting classrooms of students from different parts of the US and different countries around the world to collaborate together on project-based learning and have more of that classroom-based exchange opportunity. But with the pandemic and all of our travel programs shutting down, we now have this virtual volunteer and internship program, which has become an online program for individuals and smaller groups who are interested in working with projects. And then our in-person programs, which is kind of our bread and butter. But like I've been saying, those programs have really been stunted given that travel restrictions and entry requirements and a lot of projects and accommodations are still closed. So really just standing by for those to reopen and focusing on some of these opportunities in the meantime. And so talking today, specifically about the Virtual Quest program and going through a little bit of those details in deeper detail. The goals of the program are really so that, these quests are designed to share the qualities of our in-person programs. We still want our volunteers and interns to feel immersed in the culture of their program, have the opportunity to interact and engage with people from other cultures in other countries, have the opportunity to practice language, all of those types of things. And so sharing those qualities that are often, of course, part of our in-person programs. And then definitely giving exposure to a diverse range of fields and roles. And in the next slide, we'll kind of talk about what some of the areas of focus are. But even within the different focus areas that we offer, there's a lot of opportunities and unique ways that you can get involved with the different tasks and projects that you work on within an organization. And then always, we want everyone to support the ongoing missions and the needs of the global organizations that we're supporting. And like I said before this, we're also trying to enhance students' 21st century skills like collaboration, productivity, initiative, those types of things. And just some logistics of the program, available in the US as well as globally, so projects all around the world. We work predominantly with nonprofit organizations and NGOs, or non-governmental organizations. And so a lot of community-driven organizations that our volunteers and interns are supporting. Like I said, the program's available for 1 month all the way up to 6 months, but you can really choose the specific duration you want to do, so 2 months, 4 months, whatever it might be. And then the hour per week commitment is minimum of 5 hours a week, maximum of 40 hours a week. For the virtual program, I think the average time people are committing is about 15 to 20 hours a week. And that's a combination of independent work that you're doing on your own time and your own schedule, and then having live meetings with your site supervisor and anyone at the project over Zoom and other conference platforms. And then this program is suited for students ages 16 and up, but it is possible for students under 16 to get involved. And so if that's you and you are interested in this program and want to learn more, then, we don't want you to not reach out. There's just some special considerations that we take in, like, maybe the project wants to have an interview before your confirmation with them, just to ensure that it's a good fit if you are a younger intern or volunteer. So some details of the program. And then here's just an overview of some of the different program locations that we offer and the different areas of focus. So different locations in all parts of the world, definitely a lot in Latin America, Africa, Asia, Europe, and the different areas of focus, many in the health sphere, so working with healthcare, public health, environmental sustainability. But then there are areas within some of those broader topics like business development, fundraising, marketing, that you're able to get involved in through this program. And then this is the learning cycle of our Virtual Quest program. And so, of course, the main part of this program is the project work itself. And so you are given the flexibility to choose placements based on your personal skills, your personal interests, your experience, as well as community needs. And United Planet really plays a matching role in getting you set up with a global project. And so, if you're someone who's super into computers and you're really into website design or development, and you have that specific skill, we have global projects that, need someone to help them build their website, or they need someone to help do coding, or, different needs that these community have with skills that we can match volunteers to. So it's really a nice way to get that nicely matched program set up for you. And then your specific responsibilities will just depend on the area of focus for each host organization that we work with. All volunteers and interns are guided by a site supervisor, so someone directly on the ground at the project that you're working with, who you collaborate on tasks with, who give you kind of your weekly deliverables, give you feedback, who you can ask questions to. They're really your connection to that project on the ground. And then, like I said, the time commitment varies per intern in terms of duration as well as hour per week. And then on top of the project work, we have some different components built in for the program. We do offer those reflections and group meetings with other interns. And so having the chance to get to know and meet other people who are also joining the virtual program, given it's a remote experience, you don't have the luxury and the benefit of going to a project and getting to know the staff and the interns and the other volunteers and people that you're working with. And so we as an organization are trying to provide kind of a social space for you to meet with others and hear about their experiences and challenges and give feedback and just, kind of bounce ideas off of each other. And then we do have a bi-weekly training session. These are done every other week, and they're based around United Planet's 5 pillars of global citizenship. And so the different 5 pillar topics are communication, leadership, understanding, civic engagement, and then the development of relevant career and academic skills. And so we just go through these every other week, and then the cycle kind of restarts. So if you're doing an internship program with us, then these training sessions are mandatory. They're done. We've been doing them on Tuesdays, but the days of the week can change, and they're usually about an hour long. But it's just a nice opportunity to come and learn about topics and how it relates to the bigger picture of your volunteer or your internship program. So, what does my virtual volunteering or internship program mean to be civically engaged, or how does this help me develop leadership or communication? So really, nice sessions to just build into the program that you're doing. And then at the end of your internship program with United Planet, we do ask that you submit kind of a final capstone to your host organization, just summarizing the work that you completed, if you were doing research, any key findings, if there was lessons learned over the experience, just being able to provide that feedback as well to the organization. And we do ask that this is given in a written or kind of a physical form, as well as more of an oral presentation with the project as well. So these are just some different components of our virtual Quest program. And like I said, we have this 5 pillars of global citizenship training. So you can see here just some of those topics and what we cover. And so now that I've kind of gone through, the different reasons of why you should even consider a virtual internship program and what that means, and talking specifically about United Planet's program offerings, we just really wanted to end with the main theme of this presentation today, which is how can you balance a virtual internship in the school year? The summer was really great. I keep saying so many people had plans canceled and just so much free time on their hands. And, it was just a whirlwind of a summer. And so giving the opportunity to have a virtual volunteer internship program was great. But now, all students are back in school and they're juggling, a hybrid model or fully online or some in person. And, there's still sports and academic activities that you're part of. And so how can, on top of all of that, you build in a virtual volunteer or internship program as you're beginning the school year? And so one thing that we're really focusing on is just talking about time management. And as I've said through this presentation, the virtual volunteer and internship programs we're offering are highly customized and flexible. And so the time commitment is really your choice here. And it really is just dependent on how much time you have to give. If you only have 5 hours a week, that's 1 hour a day that you can do, working on projects for the organizations you're supporting. Or if you find as you get settled into the school year, maybe you have 2 hours a day and you can do 10 hours a week. Or if your weekends are pretty free and you just want to commit everything to the weekend, it's very flexible in how you want to kind of line it up. And the live meeting commitment for the virtual program that we're offering is only, about an hour a week, maybe even 30, 45 minutes, whatever's really needed for you to connect with your project site supervisor, to ask questions, to get feedback, and to continue on with the work that you're doing. But then predominantly all the work that's being completed, if it's doing website development or writing lesson plans or helping create blog posts, that's all work that you can do independently and spread it out throughout all these other activities you have going on. And for this program, you can start at just a 1-month program. And so if you wanted to keep it shorter and just kind of put it in a time where maybe you don't have as much going on, then that's great. But you do have the option to also work all the way up to 6 months. And we did have some volunteers and interns this summer start with a 1-month program just to kind of dip their toes and see how it went, but then really loved their program and kind of got into the swing of it. And they actually ended up extending for 2 or 3 or more months. So that is also an option as well. And something that United Planet really tries to do as it relates to time management is help develop weekly work plan templates and trackers. And so each week evaluating, what it is that you're working on for the project, how long is that going to take? Who are the key stakeholders? Do you really need to have your site supervisor involved for a lot of it? Can you work on a lot of it independently? Are there other volunteers and interns that you're working with who are supporting the program as well? Anything that is related to what it is that you're doing each week. And then giving you the space to outline any other things that might be happening, any of those live meetings with your project. When are they going to be? Do you have any of our 5 pillars trainings that week? Are there any weekly reflection sessions with other interns or volunteers that you want to join? Scheduling those into your day and your week. And then going back to the goals that you have. If you're, creating a blog post, is it having it finished by the end of the week? Is it having research finished out? Whatever, it might be a draft overview, those types of things. So really just providing work plan templates and trackers for you to utilize throughout the course of your program. And this is something that you can definitely use as kind of your weekly agenda, and something that you can also use to review on your calls, with your project site supervisors. And then one topic and kind of just, topic points that we wanted to highlight, about why you should do this as part of your school year. We like to use the term uplift, UP for United Planet. So uplift your school year. And these are just kind of further different reasons why a virtual internship will really, we think, enhance your school year rather than kind of create another thing on your plate. And so these are just some different reasons behind it. We think that joining a global project will allow you to, work within different areas that align with your current course topics. And so, like I said, if you're learning a language, maybe you're taking high school Spanish, working with a project in Costa Rica might be a really great way to align your current courses with a global project. It'll give you the opportunity to develop and explore project areas in your fields and careers of interest. And so as you're getting to the end of high school, if you're thinking about college, what majors you might be interested in, what careers down the line you might be interested in, having the chance to work 1 month with a project in that area might be able to give some insight into that. And then, of course, learning new practical skills. A lot of the feedback we got from our volunteers and interns this summer was that they were able to go out and learn new skills like online, graphic design creation, or how to do research around a certain topic, different skills that you're able to develop as part of the program, as well as enhancing and practicing existing knowledge and skills. Like I said before, if you really like computers and coding, giving you a space to be able to do that with a project. And then experience a professional work environment during challenging times, getting to know how projects and organizations have adapted to the COVID pandemic, if it's drastically affected their everyday work style or their everyday projects that they're even doing, as an organization, understanding, what that environment looks like, and being able to gain that experience. And then one topic that we've actually heard a lot in the last few weeks was that virtual volunteer and internship programs really allow you to do a lot of self-directed learning, which is something that you can really utilize as you help prepare yourselves for college. So, as you're doing a project, if you're only meeting with your site supervisor for 1 hour a week, maybe there's 9 hours of the week if you're doing a 10-hour a week where you're working on projects on your own, doing all your own research or compiling all of your information, whatever your tasks might be, that's all self-directed. And that's kind of the college layout where you're only meeting with your class, a couple hours a week, but then the majority of the work and the assignments are done outside of the class. And so getting ready for that kind of self-directed learning style. So those are just some key reasons and some ways that you can definitely balance a virtual internship and the school year. It's super flexible, and United Planet is really here to support every step of the way and just help this enhance your school year and your experience rather than hinder. And today we just wanted to end on some key, I would say, success stories from some of our NSHSS alumni that did the program this summer. So we have 2 testimonials that I'm going to share. This one is from Aiden Smith, who worked with a global health project in Costa Rica. So here you can actually read something that Aiden submitted to us at the end of his program. He said that he gained some valuable information in regards to research, especially in the field of psychology. And that's what he wants to go into. And what he enjoyed most was that he got to do the research, and he was provided with many opportunities to do that. And we actually also collect kind of feedback and surveys from our site supervisors at the projects on the interns that they're working with as well, because it's just kind of our monitoring and evaluation system of ensuring it's a mutually beneficial program. And so Samantha said about Aiden's program, I'm extremely happy to have worked with Aiden for these past 2 months. During this time, he finished a number of researches that are going to be really helpful for our organization. He was extremely professional and surpassed my expectations in each and every one of the projects he developed. So that's great, and you can hear from both sides of the aisle for that story. And then our last alumni story is from Erin King, who worked with the Children's and Education Project in Kenya, and here's a picture of her on the right. And then Erin said, it was an amazing opportunity to learn deeply and genuinely about the global community while lending a hand in creating connections. This experience challenged me to think critically about my beliefs and taught me so much about myself and the world around me. I'll carry the skills learned from my internship in Kenya throughout my academic studies and into my career. Most importantly, I will cherish the connections with the people I met and continue their positivity, gratitude, and selflessness. And so that's it today. That's really what we wanted to share about, just continuing to discuss further why you should, start to consider a virtual internship or a volunteer program, understanding, what does that even mean, and just sharing as much information as possible about United Planet's programs. So hopefully we got you a little bit excited today about the opportunities available. If this is something that maybe you've been thinking about, or if this is completely new to you, welcome today. You're taking that first step in the right direction. And we really do just want to stress that this program is so flexible, so customizable, and it's really just meant to enhance your academics that you're doing at the moment. And so if you are, currently in school and have a couple extra hours, each week that maybe you're interested in using towards a project that'll allow you to develop certain skills or interests that you have, then definitely encourage you to take part and join. But yeah, just wanted to get everyone excited about it. My contact information is on this slide. So it's just callie@unitedplanet.org. If you have any questions, just want to have a chat about what projects we have available specifically around the world, just talking a little bit about your specific skills, your schedule, all of those types of things, feel free to shoot me an email. We can definitely have that conversation to see what's a great fit for you. And then if you're interested in getting started with the virtual internship program, then you can find the enrollment link for that, for the virtual application on our website, which I put here. It's just unitedplanet.org. So once you get to our website homepage, there's a virtual volunteer and internship kind of like bar at the top that pops up, but it's also on the navigation bar. And once you get to, yeah, perfect. It's just in the chat. That'll bring you to the virtual volunteering and internship page, and you'll find a Enroll Now button on that page. It's different than our regular enrollment form, which is like a purple button in the upper right-hand corner. So make sure you don't fill that one out. There's actually a virtual internship application on the virtual programs page. So if you're interested in getting started, that would be the best next step. And if you guys are starting to have some questions, feel free to put them in the chat and I'll try to get to as many of them as possible. So this is a good question. Do these programs happen in the spring term? These programs are ongoing year round. And so the timing of when you start and how long you do them is really up to you. The benefit of a virtual program is, you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to travel abroad. You don't have to get a visa, all those logistics. And so the turnaround time that we've been giving for, the moment that you enroll in the program, it's about, I would say, a 2-week window for you to get actually matched and started with your project. And so if you wanted to do it in the spring, definitely something to plan for, but this is also something that you can even do, in the coming weeks and months. There is a program fee attached to this program, and it's a good question. That information is listed on the virtual volunteer and internship page. It's based per month, so 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, 4 month, whatever it might be. All NSHSS members do receive a 10% discount off the program fee. So when you do enroll on the virtual application, just make sure you include NSHSS 20 on the discount code, and that'll give you the 10% off, because then we'll know that you're coming from NSHSS. So just want to make sure you do that. But thanks everyone for joining. I see some of your thank yous. Yep, there's the code. If anyone has any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat. So there is a program fee attached to these programs. Unfortunately, none of our programs are free. There are program fees attached to them. It covers, the pre-departure support, all of the placement, support, all of these extra components. There are also contributions made to the project that you work with as well that comes from the program fee. And yep, these programs are available to students regardless of immigration status. There's no nationality requirements, like passports, visas, that information is not required. And so, if you're interested in joining this program, feel free. There's no requirements there. Thanks everyone for joining. Thanks for all your thank you messages. Should you have any more questions, feel free to throw them in the chat, or, that's my email as well. So if anyone has further questions, definitely reach out, and we're happy to have a call via Zoom or regular call with some of our other program members as well, so they can also give some further details. Thank you, everyone. Any final questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Perfect. Well, if anyone has any final ones, definitely put them in. If you want to get in touch, my email is right here on the final slide. It's just callie@unitedplanet.org. You can shoot me a direct email. If you go to our website, unitedplanet.org, you can find like our general email account. We also have a contact form on our website. So as you skim some of the options available and want to send a question, you can send it through that contact form page. And we usually, try to get back to you within 24 hours. So there's different ways to get in touch, but either directly to me via email or through our website, callie@unitedplanet.org. Yep, Robert, that is correct. So if you want to email me directly, definitely get in touch, and then we can schedule a call or just go back and forth via email, whatever's preferred. But happy to answer any questions and just talk through the program. There's no commitment, if you just want to have a chat as you decide if this is a good program for you. That's definitely optional. Nice meeting everyone. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully this was helpful. We look forward to working with some of you. Hope everyone, as they finish up this webinar, has a great night and, just continues to stay safe and healthy, and wishing everyone the best with the school year, and super excited to work with you if we have the chance. Any final questions, feel free to put them in the chat. All right, well, if no one has any other questions, then I think we can wrap it up today. But thank you again for joining. It was great having you all on, and thank you for, sending in your messages and your thank yous. Look forward to hearing from some of you, and hopefully having you some of you enroll in the program. And, this has been a great session tonight. So thanks everyone again, and hope you have a good rest of your evening.